Hello, my name is Simon Pungtawongsa. This video, I'm going to talk about experiment 1, measurement tools and basic measurement in Tinkercad. So, in this figure, there are 7 components of the circuit, which number 1 is the voltage source, number 2 is fuse, and number 3 is inductor, number 4 is capacitor, and number 5 is resistor, number 6 is potentiometer, and number 7 is switch. So we're gonna look at these features in Tinkercad and how it look like in Tinkercad. So let's go to Tinkercad and explore some feature of Tinkercad. So first of all, for the Tinkercad, we need to sign. But here I have already signed in, so this is my account, and then I just go to 3D designs or circuit. So in this case, I go to circuit. And then I go to new circuit. It's downloading. Okay, here we are. So basically this surface, this window here, is the working area, working space. So we can design our circuit in this space. And these are the components that we need to use and we are going to explore in a few minutes. And this one, we can name it actually, let's say, for example, experiment 1. So, okay. So this, we can name our project. In this case, I name it as experiment 1, measurement tools and basic measurement. And here is the function that we can use to rotate our object. And this one we use to delete, and this one is undo, redo, and this one just add a comment in the circuit when it's complicated. So now we are in this interface. So when we are here, we can also download its component. We can see the components in our circuit, but here in this case, the component is 0. So let's say we have this. So once we have this, let's say fuse, inductor, capacitor, let's bring some of these components in Tinkercad and let's try to uh, see. So this one is basic and also I choose all, so then I have more options here. And here is inductor. Inductor, we can give the value to this. So this one is micro, nano, pico, and millihenry and henry. So whatever we design it to be, let's say 10 henry. And this one is capacitor. And also this one we can turn it to, for example, farad and a resistor. So when we want to rotate, we just place this. Oh, place here and place the keyboard letter R if you rotate. Let's see that is. And yeah, this one is the switch, is size switch, and there's potentiometer. So yes, LED light. This one is voltage source, is kind of battery. So in Tinkercad, for the voltage source, we have 1.5 volt battery and 9 volt battery. And also we have something called function generator or power supply for AC circuit. This one is used with AC circuits when we do the experiment that deal with AC circuit. So we can use a function generator or power supply that we can train the frequency here. We can set the voltage and the current, and this one especially it's used to do the experiment for AC circuit, AC current. For example, this one we can have like the function, what function we want it to be. We have a sine, triangle, square, and um, we can simply click this and to train it. So when we click at it, and we can name it like name the component, and let's say the frequency we can set it, and the amplitude we can also set it, and the DC offset we can also set it. So this one is used to do the experiment for AC circuit. And this one is the potentiometer that we use to measure the current, the voltage. For example, in this case, it's it's voltage. It's measure the voltage now. This one, for example. So if you want to voltage or the current, we can train it to ampere. So if you want to measure the resistance of a resistor, we can turn it to be resistance. So this multimeter can measure three uh, things like uh, ampere, voltage, and resistance. So this one can measure it. And this one is the horoscope. And sorry, oscilloscope. So this one is agreeing with this one. So it's basically to measure the current wave, how it's gonna look like or something. For example, this one set it to be like this, so just random. Yeah, so by the way, that's just under the random measurements just to demonstrate. So and this interface, when we zoom like this and we don't see all the list, so we can just come here and click it, and then it's come back to the all the component. And now once we have the some components in this working space, so we can come here so that we see all the listed in our experiment. For example, here the name is inductor, capacitor, resistor, battery, potentiometer, function generator, and this one is meter, or then this one is the quality one, and the quality one, uh, the quantities, the number of the component that we bring to our work space. So the component is this one, the name. So that's tell us pretty much about this figure. So when we explore it in the Tinkercad. And by the way, this one is the potentiometer. So in the diagram here, we have potentiometer too, number 6. So this one is the potentiometer. So yes, about this color in Tinkercad. So what we can do this color code in Tinkercad is just that. For example, when we look closely to this resistor, how much is it? Like 1 kilo ohm, right? So if I train it to be some value, let me add one more. Instead of 1 kilo ohm, I just say 1000 kilo ohm. So the color is immediately changed. As we can see here, the color is changed automatically. So when I add another one and I train it to be like 10, see the color is changed too. Because this is according to the color code. So when we enter the value of a resistor, then it will change the color too. So it changes the color. And we can see that the first color is the same because it starts with 1. Because this one is start with 1. And also this one start with 1. And the second one also start with 1. Number 1 represent to the color brown. So that's why it's brown. And the second color is black. So black is something like yellow, and black something like yellow, and also this one black is something like yellow, because this one is 1 kilo ohm, it would be 1000 ohm. So yeah, that's roughly about the Tinkercad workspace uh, and components, electrical components in the Tinkercad. So this one we can train it to be like this, a list, or train it to be like this. Yeah, that's it for the experiment number 1 about the tools and equipments and measurement. So okay, let's try with the measurement here for a little bit. So let's say uh, I have um, this circuit, and so let's say, this one is black. So once we have this, we now can measure. Let's say this one I want to measure voltage in from the source. And then I simulate it. Let's see here. It's 9 volt. It's equal to the source voltage. So now take one more and we measure, let's say, ampere, the current flow into this resistor. And let's say another one. And then when we start to simulate, let's say this one is ampere. So here, the current across this resistor is equal to the current that across or drop in this resistor. The sign is just that I put is wrong because this one is positive, should come to positive, and negative should be in the ground here. So that's would give us positive sign. So this is how we measure, how we used the equipments, the measurement tool in Tinkercad. So so that's it for this video. Thank you very much.